Hey, and welcome back to Vita versus 3DS. In this installment, we are doing a lag test between the PlayStation 3 version of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale and the Vita version of PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. So, before we get going, I just wanted to address one specific criticism I received for my last lag test video, which was between the Vita version of Street Fighter Cross Tekken and the PS3 version of Street Fighter Cross Tekken. And the criticism stated that, of course, it would be fast, and of course, it would work because you're in the same household. And that if I was using it across a network, uh, between like across the country or across the continent or across the world, that it wouldn't have been as strong, and that would be a more valid lag test. I do agree with this criticism if I was reviewing the overall infrastructure of Street Fighter Cross Tekken or this game. If I was reviewing the overall netcode of the system, those have to be done. You have to do matches across the world. You have to do matches across the continent, and that's a completely valid criticism if that's what I was doing. Unfortunately, that's not what I was doing. What I'm doing is to see if the architecture difference between the Vita and the Arc and the PS3 is going to create extra lag. That's the whole point of this comparison, because everyone knows the PlayStation 3 has a different architecture from the PlayStation Vita, and that could create more lag, and it could create more latency or input delay or something like that. So that's what this test was about, and it doesn't. It didn't, at least in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and we're gonna see here if it does. But so yeah, I hope you understood that. That of course this is gonna be the same thing. I'm not testing the overall network quality. If I were, I would pair up against everybody in different countries just to test it out. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm testing to see if the Vita version and the PS3 version can go up against each other under good network conditions with minimal lag. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to jump into a versus match. This is my PlayStation 3. Of course, I'm on my Vita versus 3DS account, so I'm going to invite my normal account here. So I'm sending the invite now, and I should receive it on my Vita right now. There we go. Received it. Let's jump in the party. And I'm in. You can actually hear myself on my own TV. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on PS3, I'm going to let's pick Sly. And on Vita, I'm going to let's pick Drake. I like the Uncharted series, so now I'm going to ready up. Both ready. Start this match. So I'm going to go to a simple stage. There we go. So first what I'm going to do is take Drake, and I'm going to hop back and forth over his covering move, just to show you guys how much latency there is. Alright, so let's do the move here. Get under cover. Now watch on the PlayStation 3 screen and on the Vita screen. Try to watch to see how good the latency is here. Look at that. It's barely any latency, if anything at all. Let's hop out of here. Alright, let's test this out here. As you can see, unfortunately the background's blurry because of my camera settings, but yeah, pretty much it's 1 for 1. It's very close, and this is even better network conditions than Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It's very, very good. So I'm just gonna grab my PlayStation 3 controller. As you can see, here is my Vita. Here's my controller, and I'm gonna move Sly around. And yeah, network conditions look very good. The hitting is yeah, it's really spot on. It's the network conditions, I would say, are overall better. If you can go back and watch the lag test between the Street Fighter Cross Tekken versions, the network conditions here are better. They're actually really, really good. And of course it supports voice chat, and the graphics are actually closer to the console version. Like, they're almost identical. I can't really tell a difference between playing them. Actually, I would argue that it looks better on the Vita. Oh, some of the things I want to talk about is that the fact that, you see, I actually was able to invite myself in this game, whereas you can't do that in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, of course, because the systems don't communicate with each other properly. But I mean, overall, like, I mean, this is just more. This is crossplay design like perfected, whereas Street Fighter Cross Tekken was crossplay functional. So I mean, that's more or less it for the lag test. I mean, I'm not gonna review the game. I'm having fun with it. I played a couple matches. That's all I'm gonna say about it because I'm not going to review this game. What I'm going to do is I'm going to when Smash Bros 3DS comes out, I'm gonna do a comparison between those two videos, and that should be a lot of fun. But so I'm not gonna pretty much not gonna talk about the quality of the game. But in terms of like cross buy and cross play and all that stuff that Sony's doing, this game really exemplifies the power of that. And the fact that I received the Vita version for free after I bought the PlayStation 3 version was really awesome. I'm really happy about that. And you know, as it stands right now, I can pretty much, when I'm home, I can game on my PlayStation 3 and play against my buddies or whatever. And then when I'm out, I can jump on with Vita and do some single player missions while I'm on my bus and I don't have Wi-Fi. Or if I have Wi-Fi at school or my girlfriend's house or something like that, I can hop on and play against my PS3 buddies. So so yeah, I mean, they really hit it out of the park with this one in terms of functionality and in terms of usability and everything. As I said, I'm not going to review it. I really feel like this is the future. If Sony could really just focus on delivering more content like this. I know Sly's coming out and it supports this, and Ratchet does, and if they could just get these day and date games coming out on both systems and offering the Vita version for free, it's really going to give incentive for a lot of users to pick up the Vita and buy Vita exclusives later on. But as it stands right now, this is awesome. It is worth your money, in my opinion, right now. But I'm going to keep playing it, and I'm going to compare it to Super Smash Bros. Later. So yeah, so in terms of lag test, it works really, really well. Works probably the best. It's probably better than Street Fighter Cross Tekken, at least in terms of my extensive experience with that game. I haven't noticed any lag playing online at all, regardless of whether it was on Vita or on PlayStation 3, which I both put in about an hour on each. So yeah, there you have it. Another successful lag test, and it works pretty flawlessly. So yeah, that's it, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.